In the heart of Lagos, beneath a busy flyover where thousands pass every day, darkness lived hidden, silent, and deadly. People whispered about a man who disappeared into the night and never returned. Some called him mad, some called him a ghost. But the truth was far more terrifying. This is the story of the cannibal under the bridge, a tale of fear, survival, and hope that will leave you on the edge of your seat. In the bustling city of Lagos, under the Obalende flyover, people hurried past every day, never stopping to notice the strange man who lived beneath the concrete giant. His name was Ikenna Okoro, a tall, gaunt figure with wild eyes and a voice that could shift from soft whispers to sudden outbursts. He was the man people called the Mad Prophet. But there was nothing prophetic about him. Behind his cracked laughter and ragged clothes, Ikenna hid something far more sinister. It began slowly. First, a bus conductor who never returned home. Then, a young girl selling groundnuts. Later, a tailor who left his shop one evening and disappeared without a trace. Lagos was used to chaos, but when the missing grew too many, the whispers turned to panic. Families cried out to the police, but investigations led nowhere. People began to say that the city was cursed, that a spirit lived under the bridge. And then, one hot afternoon, a young man named Chike decided to follow his instincts. His younger sister, Adaeze, had been missing for 3 days. The last place anyone saw her was near the Obalende flyover. Chike was desperate. He had searched hospitals, police stations, and even morgues. Nothing. But something in his gut told him the truth lived under that bridge. That night, Chike returned with 2 friends. The city above was alive with horns, downfall buses, and traders shouting their last calls of the day. But under the bridge was silence, broken only by the crackling of a small fire. Ikenna sat by the fire, humming to himself. The 3 young men watched from the shadows, holding their breath. Something smelled strange like burnt meat. Then they saw it. A battered cooking pot. Inside, floating in greasy broth, were bones. Human bones. One of Chike's friends nearly screamed, but Chike covered his mouth with trembling hands. His chest tightened. As his eyes scanned the dark corner of the den, he saw bags, piles of clothes, shoes, and skulls. Real human skulls arranged as though they were trophies. In that instant, he knew. His sister's fate lay within that nightmare. Ikenna suddenly stood up, his face glowing in the firelight, and looked around as though he could sense eyes watching him. Chike and his friends fled in terror, their footsteps echoing on the concrete. "Come back!" Ikenna roared, his voice booming through the night. His laugh followed them, wild and chilling. The boys ran into the busy streets and raised the alarm. Neighbors gathered, traders, drivers, Okada men within minutes. A mob had formed. They were armed with sticks, stones, and the raw anger of people who realized a monster had been living in their midst. The police were called, though the crowd was already ready to tear Ikenna apart. By the time officers arrived, hundreds had surrounded the flyover. Ikenna tried to escape, but the mob cornered him. His den was torn apart, exposing the horrors he had hidden. Pots of cooked human flesh, severed body parts wrapped in plastic bags, jewelry, handbags, and clothes belonging to missing people. The city gasped. The story spread like wildfire, the cannibal under the bridge. Ikenna was taken to court. Journalists swarmed. Families of the victims wept. Lagos had never seen evil so raw, so close to home. But something strange happened. During the trial, Ikenna would laugh suddenly, talk to invisible people, and shout scripture in a voice that wasn't his own. Some said he was pretending. Others swore he was truly mad. Still, justice held him in chains. He was sent to Kirikiri maximum prison, and there he remained, forgotten by the city he had once terrorized, until the day he died. But the story didn't end with Ikenna's death. For Chike, who had lost his sister, life had been shattered. For years, her absence haunted him. But out of his pain, he found a calling. He joined a volunteer group that searched for missing persons in Lagos. And one day, as he stood by the bridge where his nightmare began, Chike smiled for the first time in years. The city was no longer blind. People looked out for each other. Parents warned their children. Neighbors checked in on neighbors. Ikenna had been a shadow, but in the end, his evil brought light. Lagos moved on. Life thrived again. Markets bustled. Buses honked. Laughter returned. The city refused to be defined by one man's darkness. And for Chike, though the scars remained, he found peace knowing that the monster under the bridge was gone forever. Because even in the heart of chaos, hope survives. Evil was defeated, and out of tragedy came unity, healing, and hope. The story of Ikenna Okoro is not just about evil, it's a warning, a lesson, and a call to action. No matter how dark the night seems, evil will never last forever. Light always finds a way to shine through. This is more than a crime story. It's a reminder that our silence can sometimes empower monsters, but our courage can defeat them. Thank you so much for watching this story. I hope it gave you chills, but also left you thinking deeply about life and the world we live in. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video to support the channel. Comment your thoughts below. I'd love to know what you think about this story. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss more thrilling, emotional and thought-provoking stories. And of course, share this video with your friends and loved ones because stories like this are meant to be heard. Stay tuned. More gripping stories are coming your way soon. And remember, the world is full of shadows, but as long as we stand together, light will always win.